Introducing Options Trading Authority's Options Strategic Home Run Trader Training Program. This is a coaching program. It's not an individual coaching program. It's a coaching program in that we teach you how to trade home runs on a monthly basis, and we teach you a new strategy, a strategic approach, and then how to anticipate these home run opportunities and strike and not miss them and take a small options position and turn it into a large one. This is very important training for you to learn, because once you learn this method, you could take a smart position size and rapidly advance the growth in your trading account. Have you heard of the turtle traders? If you have, if you haven't, well, understand that they essentially were home run traders. Okay, that means they went for the big moves. Now, they didn't have the highest winning percentage, and I want to teach you how to have higher winning percentages. Okay, but the turtle traders went for the big move, and they were willing to step in front of trades in a very plainly systematic way in order to hit the big moves, which would then easily cover any sort of losses from trades that didn't work out, and then go on to advance into extraordinary profits. And these guys cleaned house. Now, the original guy who started the whole turtle trader concept, where he taught several, I think it was 35 students, how to trade his way. This fella named Richard Dennis took $400 and turned it into $200 million. Okay, now he was trading futures, which is similar to options. It's leveraged. With options, you can actually have a little bit more leverage, arguably, and so you can ride these big moves, and once you hit the big move, you can make a lot more money. Now, but what this fellow did was extraordinary. Yes, the futures markets were more active during those times, but look, we're in drama times right now, and we should be continuing well onto the future in the stock market. Okay, and so therefore there are so many opportunities for you to hit home runs, whether that's on stocks, or you can even go to ETFs, but you can also go to index options, where the huge moves are happening all the time as if it was 1999 all over again. Now, with options, we actually have the opportunity to hit home runs in a shorter time frame, right? We can hit home runs within a week. We can hit home runs, yes, over a couple months. We can go on the micro level and hit home runs, and we can combine our different types of options positions relative to the strike. Okay, and we can play with the strikes, whether it's out of the money or it's in the money or slightly in the money. We can play with the strikes so we can position ourselves to make a very large percent return. Now, what do you call a home run? Well, there's different types of home runs, and it's relative to the amount of time in a trade. If you can make, if you triple your money or quadruple your money in a week or two, well, that's a home run, wouldn't you say? If you could, septuple, tentuple, okay, your money, tenfold your money in a month, well, that's certainly a home run. Okay, what do you call that? 1,000%. Okay, so if you can get these types of moves over maybe a nice juicy 3-month trend. Okay, maybe even 6 months. That's great. Okay, and it takes very little work once you know how to trade these home runs strategically and, well, eventually, systematically. Systematically means you're just going to take a strategy and you're going to trade it over and over and over again. Now, you can do it that way and just eliminate all thinking and guessing and anticipation and hunting. Okay, you can eliminate the hunting part of the home run trading by being systematic. Okay, you just simply execute the trades. Here's another trade, and you're not trying to pick and choose the best trades. Okay, when you're systematic. But if you're strategic, you are. You are trying to pick the best trades. You're trying to combine different optimization factors, and you're trying to pinpoint with precision and strike hard. I mean, not your whole account type of hard, but you young guys, but in proper proportion. You need to learn how to get the right type of position. You need to learn what strikes are going to work the best, okay, for what types of opportunities. And so we'll go and we'll break down the logic. We'll look at if-then scenarios. We'll look at, concepts of pushing the edge a little bit and getting aggressive. What kinds of things can we get aggressive on? And so we'll learn a strategy per month, and we'll show how to put that in the broader perspective on what happens if you execute that strategy over time on a consistent basis, and then how to maybe have a portfolio of stocks, or really it's more like a list of stocks, or actually it's more like a list of stock charts that you flip through every day looking for these particular types of home run strategies. And when you see something develop, you start anticipating, you start stalking your prey in a sense, okay? And you line up and you are ready to strike, to pounce right at the right moment, because if you're not anticipating the opportunity, what's going to probably happen? Well, you're going to probably miss it, okay? And you don't want to miss it. You want to take these moves. Hey, look, when you are home run trading, you can start with one contract, okay? And for you guys who have very small accounts, you can start with, very little money. And you can advance a trading account. All right? Now, with all this said, I can't promise you future returns. So do keep the perspective. I mean, people's perspective these days is a lot better than even 10 years ago, because there's a lot of, crazy marketing that went on in the trading space over the decades. I mean, people used to talk all sorts of crazy things. I mean, so I think overall that's cleaned up. So if you hear me talk and sound a little bit more like that, it's that, like the Millions and Billions program. It's me assuming that you're not going to think like, with that old school mindset that was a little bit loony-toony, okay? I assume that you have a certain perspective of reality, in that there is, first of all, incredible opportunity, although you're going to have to see it to believe it, okay? Most of you guys, most who don't have knowledge of options and how they work, are going to have to see the opportunities. I mean, how are you going to go into studying further unless you know that there is opportunity, right? That's very important to study price charts and read books and read success stories. Very important. You need the motivation. You need to increase the belief. Because if you don't, you're just going to ignore it. And then you could be leaving out potentially millions upon tens of millions, even hundreds of millions of dollars in compounded returns over time, smartly compounding options. Okay? So, that's very important, and I'm going to look to show you these opportunities, because if I can increase your belief, then at least you're going to go about putting whatever work is needed, which is, compared to anything else, is not that much, but still, there's still a certain amount of work and study you need to do in order to play the game right in the markets. And so once you do that, you're going to be able to position yourself to really do very well. But if you're going to go into the markets and just kind of trade by feel because you feel like you have some special intuition, then you know what's going to happen. Well, first of all, you actually do have a special intuition, but it takes ninja-like training in order to access it and tap it. Okay, there are too many distractions in the marketplace. People often, though, confuse their innate ability or their intuition with their emotions, and they start listening to their emotions because emotions are more, they're very powerful. Okay, they have a lot of energy to them, so they can overwhelm our instinctual thought or intuitive thought, and they can become very distracting. So we follow the emotions, and then what happens? then you start becoming wrong 98.9% of the time. Okay, so you'll learn these things. So it's very valuable. Look, just one trade, okay, that follows through well can pay for your membership here for some of you for the next 10, 20 years. Okay. So, you may look at the price, it's okay. It's relative. 10 years ago, prices were a lot different. These days, some people are, at least at this point of this recording, they don't seem to be cash flowing as much. And speaking of cash flow, check out our other cash flow coaching membership because, hey, a lot of people out there need to work on their cash flow. And hey, it's always better to add more cash flows, okay? Cash flows, plural. Cash flowing centers, okay? And to keep that growing and diversified. Okay? Keep adding those. There's one author became popular with his book way back when, called it the multiple streams of income. Well, we want multiple streams of incoming cash flow, the flowing in of cash generation. We can put that cash generation, or at least part of it, into home run trading, and then really put ourselves in a position to do really well. So let's get smart. Let's learn how to trade these home runs. Let's learn how to identify them, and let's learn how to deal with them so we don't do any crazy idea in the future either. So this membership could help save you a ton of money by teaching you the pitfalls to avoid and how to have a plan in finding and hitting these home runs. And then it can save you money from actually many of the strategies or systems that we sell on the site. You'll get quite a discount for some of them, although we'll be introducing new materials that we're not selling on the site, although who knows, we may put some up later. But you'll be getting secret stash opportunities in this membership. Okay, so I would definitely join. It's going to save you also from missed money. Now, you need to get to work, and you need to get very systematic. You need to get an organized plan, and you need to turn your home run trading process into a habit, so you don't have to think about it that much. It's something you do, because over time the compounding is incredible, and by not getting started now, you will very likely get distracted, and especially in today's age, and not take action in growing home run accounts. Okay, I want you also to start looking at developing multiple accounts, whereas each account is focused on a particular method in particular. Once you have got familiar and you believe in that method. All right, so that's about it. It's a monthly program of coaching. It's not one-on-one. You can email us, but it's going to teach you a strategy. It's going to teach you various lessons and pitfalls to avoid, and how to stalk and anticipate home run opportunities. It's also going to teach you an action plan. Okay, you need action, step-by-step action. So that's very important. And so therefore, get started. Don't miss out. And that's about it. If you have any questions about this program, let us know. Thank you.